Welcome back to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Murrell, proudly sponsored by Super Resin. This week's special guest is Beth Rylands, whose story is one of survival, resilience and finding light in dark places. Beth opens up about growing up, struggling with anxiety and later being diagnosed with ADHD and autism. She shares her experiences of PTSD, surviving abuse and even facing homelessness. Thanks for listening and watching this episode.
He let me endure things that no woman or baby or child should ever have to go through. The only way I can describe having ADHD is like you're on a racetrack and you're in a car and there's no brakes. The thought of taking an overdose calms me down, even to this day.
Welcome to the Good, the Bad and the Ugly podcast with me, Tony Murrell, and this week's special guest is Beth Rylands. Really looking forward to sharing the Good, the Bad and the Ugly. How are we?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Beth, you've been following our podcast and stuff, and you reached out to us and stuff, and when you explained what your story was, I thought, yeah, you know, your story's going to be a very powerful one. It's going to probably reach out to a lot of women. You know, your story's one that you've wanted to share for a long time. Anyone out there struggling with ADHD, autism, PTSD, especially within women, you know, I think it's going to be a powerful one. So listen, let's get right into it. So where you from? Where you from?
Originally from Murrell,
yeah.
Little Noggersog. I had a purple wheelie bin, it was dead posh. I lived there from the age of, since I was born. Lived with my nan till I was about 24. And then I moved in with my ex-partner in Dovecot then.
In Dovecot?
Yeah.
I used to live in Norrisgreen on Scarisbrick Road.
No, so that's where I'm from.
Yeah, Scarisbrick Road.
No, number 12 I lived.
I lived at the top, 218. I lived
Oh really? My mum's in number 88?
Yeah, it's 218. But yeah.
Oh my God,
my
no
kids
way.
grew up there, yeah. Right across the road from the line.
I went to Leamington.
Yeah.
I thought I knew your face.
Small world.
It is.
Small world.
It's definitely meant to come here to say where I fucking telling you.
Yeah, but like I say, so growing up, you've lived in Norrisgreen and stuff. Did you have brothers and sisters and stuff?
A little sister, yeah. So there's an 8-year age out of me and our Amy, but we don't really speak. It's quite a...
Family stuff and like that. So what was school like for you, primary? Like you went to Leamington and stuff?
Do you know what? My school life was shocking, to be honest, because...
In what way?
I just couldn't seem to settle in school at all. Because my mum was an alcoholic and growing up around that, it was like I had no self-aware with it. Like she'd be drunk all the time and there'd be a load of abuse. I'd be like my mum's punch bag growing up. Like she used to this out all the time and it was like couldn't concentrate in school. And I had a lot going on behind closed doors.
School wasn't aware of all this?
No, school didn't have a clue. Didn't have a clue. And I was actually not even a bit of a tear. I was actually quite good in school. I'd done well and all that, but I couldn't concentrate at all. And I was constantly like panicking, like my mum drinking today. And I just couldn't handle it. It was a lot to go through with primary school because I had a lot going on in the background as well.
Behind closed doors, it's that, isn't it? You know, like, the amount of guests that we have on that go through exactly what you're saying, like mum or dad being an alcoholic, and as a kid you don't really understand. But I think as you get a little bit older, you sort of become aware of like, this isn't normal. Or you go to your friends, say you go around to your friends' houses, mum and dad both go to work, tea's on the table, house is fucking, you know, and you're thinking to yourself, why is my house not like this? You question yourself.
My family's never been normal. Like my mum has never been to one of my parents' evening. She hasn't even got a lock on my fucking hair. She doesn't even know what food like. It's never been like that with me and my mum. We've never been close. Yeah. Like my nan brought me up, do you know what I mean? So it was just, I mean, obviously when she had our Amy and I moved in with my mum then, I can't remember how old I was. I mean, I was like, no, you're not taking it, I've read her. You're not taking her. Like, I've had her from birth, I want her here with me. I mean, mum was like, no, you know, it's time for, she's
to move in with your nan, you mean, or?
Yeah, well, I live with my nan. My nan brought me over from the hospital about 6 days old and raped me, was 70 years of age. Because my mum just didn't want to fucking know. My mum, well, she did, but she worked all the time. And because my mum's dad died when she was 2, my nan, like, smothered her and gave her everything that she didn't have growing up because her dad wasn't there. So
she was playing the role of mum and dad,
so my mum was a spoilt little cow. So even when my mum had me growing up, it was like she wanted to still party. She was 22, and back then in the 90s, she wanted to fucking go clubbing all the time. She didn't want kids. So when she had me, it was like, my nan was like, oh, well, when my mum's there, she'll have her. And it was like, well, no, mum, like, it's time to start being a mum, do you know what I mean? You've had a child now, and my mum was never there. I had no time.
No guidance and stuff like that.
Nothing like
well,
that.
your nan obviously played the role for you.
My nan literally done. My nan come to every parents' evening, shut me for my needles, she's done everything that a mum should do.
Do you know when you're saying about parents' evenings, like, and I'm gonna, as experience for me, I remember exactly the same. and it was embarrassing. She just didn't turn up.
Yeah,
And I was doing I'd done all the right in school and that, and it was like, even when I played football and stuff, like, she'd never come and watch and stuff, and it fucking, like, all my mates' mums and dads were there, or their mums and dads were going to the parent team to see what, like you just said something there, she didn't even know what food I liked, you know, do me hair.
Even to this day, she doesn't.
You know what I mean? And I think with your kids and stuff like that, you've got to know what subjects they like, what's their favourite teas, you know, instead of just like left to their own devices like we was. And it's heartbreaking because, you know, was you embarrassed growing up as a kid?
I was very embarrassed growing up.
Because I was.
My mum had a fucking temper on her, and the amount of arguing she's had with my dad or with her ex-partner, and it was constant. And my mum was like a bull in a china shop. If she had a vodka or a whiskey, it was fucking game over. It was game over. And the amount of murder every weekend, or I'd get fucking school dragged around the living room, or I'd get fucking twatted over the... She just hit me all the time. My mum wasn't asked, and she'll deny to this day she fucking did. My nan was there. My nan used to pull my mum off me, and I was only a kid growing up, do you know what I mean? And it was a lot to contend with, especially being a young girl. And I go, Mum, please don't drink, please don't drink. She's 55 and she still fucking drinks every day. And it's like, you can't even change for your kids. And if we can't make her change her ways at 55, then there's no stop. Do you know, she's still the same now. So, and it's a lot, it's a lot.
It's sad when you're saying that, because you was physical abuse and mental abuse and stuff like that, where it's like, so from there, you know, going into school and leaving school, you said you didn't do too bad, but leaving school?
Oh, leaving school was, well, I left school early. I got bullied my whole way through senior. Got bullied literally from the start.
Did you have many friends at school or no?
No,
Was this due to, like, would you say, for you, because your family, you know, for your background, from your
home
life?
Yeah, I think I had anxiety, and I still have it now. I suffer my anxiety is soaring all the time, and especially in school. But like my mum, she'd buy my love growing up. She'd have me in the latest bags from River Island, the latest shoes, the latest coats, and then she'd fuck off for a week. And I'd go into school and be like, oh, you know, I've got the latest stuff. But deep down, I was like, my mum.
You wanted the love.
Like,
You wanted the love, not just being bought.
Yeah, and my mum was like, it plays in my mind, and I'd be like, oh, I want to go home. My mum's gonna be fucking pissed again. And I couldn't concentrate in school. And it was so hard to concentrate, and especially getting bullied. And I think I was going into year 9. I went, Mum, I was like, I can't do this no more. I was like, I'm getting bullied. And she was like, no, you're not. I went, Mum, no, really. And I just broke down in tears and was like, I'm not going back. And I absolutely hated school. I would do anything to fucking get out of it. Yeah. Fucking hated it.
But when you're getting bullied and you're going home and you're telling you know, when you go home to your house, you expect, you know, if there's a problem, your mum or your dad, or like you say, but it's sad when, and I can hear it in your voice saying that, you know what I mean? Because I used to dread going home.
Oh, dread it.
Because I knew by the time I got home, and when I went to school, it was miles away. So it was a walk to school on its own, but then coming home, you've had a long day in school. She wasn't in. I had to go to fucking boozer. And I was like, what? This isn't normal. This isn't. And I remember having conversations when in that year, when I was the other year.
It was all the time. And there was times where I'd go home from school and you could smell the alcohol on her. And she'd barefaced lie to me and go, I haven't been drinking today. Yeah. And even with a sniff of
you know the smell, don't you?
I know, the way she used to talk to her posh when she was drunk, and she'd have this posh accent. I used to go, she's far from fucking posh, she's from Norris Green, I'm common as muck, do you know what I mean? I'm one of them me shit, I'm common, I'm not arsed, I'll own it, I'm a scouser, I'm proud to be, do you know what I mean? I don't put an accent on, it's not what you're going to get out of me, but my mum, she used to put this like, Jed posh accent, I go, she's had a bevy. And I'd know straight away, and I'd go, don't lie to me. And then she'd lie, and it would just, the anger inside me was like a 0 to 100. I'd be just like a fucking switch, and I'd flip.
Yeah, because you just want a normal life.
Oh, I've never had a normal life.
Normal life.
No.
And it's so hard. But then, you know, when did you start noticing you were like...
Strange.
No, well, it's not strange, because you know what? A lot of people, and we're going to get into it, like we were saying before, you know, later on in life, get diagnosed, you know, so like ADHD, autism, and obviously the PTSD probably comes later or whatever from things that have gone on to trigger the PTSD.
Yeah, of course.
When did it like start to come to light?
I think it would have all started, I think, from about the age of 6. So I suffered a lot of sexual abuse when I was younger.
You're all right.
I need to talk about it because I need to raise awareness for it, because it's so hard, but it was so hard to endure growing up, it really was.
Tissues?
No, I'm fine, honestly, I'm just... And I said to you before I come here, I thought I want to get out this story because there's so many girls in my position who have gone through it and they're too scared to speak up. But from the age of 6, I think till I was around, at least 16, I was sexually abused. And, do you know, for me, honest to God, even just getting this out today, it's a big thing for me because I don't tell anyone, do you know what I mean?
Does anybody, have you obviously...
I've gone to counsellors and stuff, but for me, I'm not going to sit there and tell someone who's on 100 grand a year in the fucking chair, I don't know, that I just can't see me gaining anything out of it, to be honest with you. I mean, they're going to just be like, oh, how do you feel about that? I need more than that, do you know what I mean?
Because I'm going to be honest with you, that just blew me away, because when you reached out to me, or to the podcast, should I say, and you explained your story, you didn't tell me that.
No,
and that just blew me away, and that's why I'm a little bit like...
Yeah, so I endured that from... And do you know what? Honest to God, the person who done it was someone that I was meant to be able to look up to and confide in and be a role model, and that was my granddad. And I had that for nearly, 10 years? Well, from when I was 6 till I was 16, so 10 years I had that for, that abuse for, and that was my dad's dad. I don't even want to call him granddad, to be honest, because he's dead now, but at the same time, he's left me with these fucking scars, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you ever report, or have you just...
I never came out, so it was mad. So it happened to 5 of us growing up, and none of us... Within the family, and none of us spoke about it. And then, I can't remember when I came out, I think it was just around my 17th birthday, I said to my mum, look, I need to tell you something. And she was like, I already know what you're going to tell me.
So for 11 years...
So basically, before I was even born, it came out that he'd been to court for the same thing, because he raped my cousin. Which I didn't know about this till obviously fucking till I was born and grew up and heard about it.
Yeah.
And then my mum got wind when she met my dad in the photo. You've kept that from me for that many years.
You knew
he was
a wrong un.
Well, my mum must have knew something, do you know what I mean? But then I thought, you've gone on to have a fucking child to his son. Do you know what I mean? And I couldn't get my head around it.
You're obviously young, so you're not going to... But as you've got older and it's come to light...
So how I came out... So it was mad. So my cousin, she was the first person I told. And I met her when she was... I think she was about 16. So I must have only been about 8 or 9, I can't remember. And it was a birthday in my dad's house where he lived with my granddad. And we started being dead close, and my granddad hated it. He didn't like us being very close at all. Hated it. And then... we'd been out on the piss one night, and she was like, I've got something to tell you. And I was like, I already going to know what you're going to say. When was you touched up by my granddad? And she just burst out crying. And we sat there and just told each other everything that happened. And do you know what? It's easy to talk about it now, but you know, back then, my life was a complete shambles.
When you're living with something like that, because you're living... And do you know what I always say? It's their secret, not yours. But being a kid and as you get to like becoming a young adult, you find the courage to... You feel like you can't speak out because you're scared whether people believe you or what, you know. Because like I've said it on many of our episodes where we've had, you know, lads on and ladies on who've been sexually abused. And they've said, like, coming on and by speaking about it, it's not a sob story.
No, I don't want anyone to feel sorry
for
me.
No, but listen, that's how they feel. That's how they felt.
Yeah,
but it's not.
I never ever, I've had people go to me, oh, Beth, you're a victim. No, I'm a fucking survivor. I'm no victim.
That's exactly what
I'm no victim, and I don't want to be named as a victim. I was a victim back then, yeah. I was till I realised, like, how to... Well, I'll be honest with you, I've never fucking coped with it. And even to this day, it affects me.
Do you know what? I say this as well. You know, these animals, you know, they don't deserve the oxygen to... But it's I say victims or the survivors, it's them who live with the fucking... for the rest of their lives. It'll never go away, no matter what sentence they get in. Obviously,
it's not
he's in the ground or whatever.
They get 3 fucking meals a day and they get a fucking bed to sleep in. How do you sleep at night knowing that you've raped someone's daughter or you've touched someone's kid up?
It's not acceptable.
It's jails for all these days. It's like fucking Butlins to half of them.
Especially them wrong ones, you know what I mean?
Do you know, it's not a no, and do you know, and this is how mad it is with me, because I was a proper daddy's girl growing up, and my dad's a fucking absolute arsehole, don't even speak to him. And all I wanted was my dad growing up, and my mum and dad split when I was like 2 because of the alcohol, the fight, and there was just constant toxic relationship. And I used to go down to my dad every weekend. He lived in Prescott, and every weekend I knew what I was going to endure. Every weekend, but I still went down because I wanted to see my dad. And
was your dad obviously not aware?
My dad's fucking away with the fucking fairies, to be honest with you. He lives in this like land where he just doesn't believe a word like you say, and he makes things up all the time. He's just he hasn't got.
Trying to digress.
All the time. He was the baby of the family, but he was like, you know, lives with his mum and dad. He lives with his sister now. He's never grown up. He's never got his own house. He's never probably paid a fucking bill. He wants, you know, he doesn't know how to live or survive properly. He's never had to enjoy anything like that apart from having me. And he's got one child. Do you know what I mean?
But Beth, you know when you just said there you wanted to be loved by your dad because it's your dad.
I never had that growing up.
And then going down to where your dad lived and whatever, knowing that, what was going to happen.
Every single weekend without fail.
I mean,
and he wasn't
must have
even
been
there.
Fucking petrified.
I was shitting myself, honest to God. And you know the worst thing about it? About 8 or 9 o'clock, he'd go, I'm going to go to the shop. And honest to God, he'd be out for hours. He'd be in the pub. And I know,
and you're left alone.
I'd be left alone with him on my own. I couldn't even get a bath. I'd have to put a towel over the window because he used to walk in. And honest to God, I think there was one night where he nearly caught me, he nearly caught it doing something. And he went, has he just touched you? And I went, oh my God, no. Because I didn't know whether to say yes or no. I was 6 years of age, do you know what's mad about it? I remember the room it happened in. I remember what day it was. I remember what was on the telly. I remember everything I remember the day.
You're never going to forget it, Beth.
No, never forget it. And I enjoyed that for nearly 10 years of my life. And I've never ever spoke publicly about this to no one. Like, honestly, I've spoken to like counsellors and that, but they just don't give a shit, do they? You know, they get paid to fucking hear you say that. But I've never ever, I thought, no, I need to, whether people judge me or not, do you know what I mean? Listen, at the end of the day, it happens, and, you know.
Do you know what? This is your story, Beth. And living with something like that, you're going to have what's names along the way, because to live with something like that for so long, it's horrific. And do you know when you came and I said to you, look, I'm going to speak to you, this is this. And you went, oh yeah, I'm going to go full throttle here.
I want to
and do you know what I thought with what I'm speaking about? Because I was I didn't know. When you just told me then, I'm like, what? And do you know what? It makes me so angry, this, because so many people, friends, family, I know who've endured exactly what you've endured. And for me, I want people who do these things to, like, they should be tougher sent. They shouldn't even be sent.
Or they should get just fucking put to sleep.
Well, that's just what in America and all that.
But then getting put to sleep, that's fucking not. And there's a little injection, boom, there's heading off in 10 seconds. That's not really giving me the justice that I deserve.
Yeah.
They should be getting tortured the way I've been for fucking 30 years of my life. Do you know what I mean? Even though he's dead, I'm still left.
You're still living with it. You're still living.
I've never healed from it. And I think that's where I've never been able to hold a relationship down. You know, my whole life being a fucking absolute disaster because of that. That's where, and my mum drinking it's a lot. It has stemmed from all that.
With your mum obviously drinking.
And my dad, both were.
And then the abuse that you've. Yeah. It makes me so angry. It makes me upset because, you know, you're a young woman who's been through. Your upbringing's not been the best.
It's been shocking.
And then you know you're getting on in life, but then this secret, because it is a secret for you because you don't know whether to tell people or because you don't know whether you're going to be believed. And then, like you say, I always say this to people: it's there. Don't ever sit in silence because it's their secret, not yours. But it's easy for me to say that because it's not, because I know where you're coming from. You know, and when someone hurts somebody like that, it kills you.
No, it does. And I don't even know how I'm still here today, I'll be honest, because there was times I just wanted to fucking end it. So many times. And I've tried numerous times. Someone's fucking up there going, don't fucking want, because the amount of times I've tried, and it's just fucking, it's backfired.
Because it's just them.
It was everything. There's always been something in my life that's just fucking gone, I can't do this no more. And even to this day, and I'll be honest with you, the thought of taking an overdose calms me down. Even to this day.
Really?
Yeah. And I can't sit here and go, do you know what, I'm not going to lie and say that I wouldn't try again, because I can't. I can't say that. I can't. I'd rather be honest with myself, be honest with you in this room. I can't say that.
But Beth, what I'll say to you is, look, the people who are around you now, they'd rather be around you than going around the freaking coffin. Do you know what I mean?
That.
And do you know what? I understand that you're hurt and you feel there's no purpose to be here and stuff like that. Listen, there's always a solution, right? Even though it doesn't seem like there is, and you've had so much. And listen, there's so many things that have gone on in your life, and you're thinking, why do I even bother?
Yeah.
Like you said about trying to keep relationships and stuff like that. Listen, because you're hurting so much because the people who you thought you could trust.
Exactly.
And listen, and I get that. I understand that.
And as someone so close to me, like an intimate family member, it wasn't like it was, you know, like my mum's fella, my mum's mate. All right, but it was me. You know, that man's my fucking.
You know what? Listen, you'll be very surprised with the percentage or the statistics of people who do these hideous fucking things. It's someone that they know.
It's mad,
and it's scary.
And
I can't even remember the statistic, but it's something that will blow your fucking mind. And that's what upsets me, because when something like this happens, they get a fucking smack down, or they get an easy, you know, and stuff like that. And but like
in prison.
But like you're saying, there's numerous family members and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's 5 of us.
5 of us. And obviously some of them went to court and stuff.
Well, our now she's absolutely fucking round the bend. Like she's had 7 kids taken off her. She's hitting the ale. She hits the drugs. Like
This is the after effect.
But that's what I mean. People go, oh, your Jill's a fucking crank. No, she's not a crank. She's been through shit that you haven't got a clue about. Don't judge a book by its cover. And I've learned that because I've got a habit of judging people. I've gone,
a lot of people do.
And I'm learning not, you know, because you just don't know by the giving just someone what they've been through.
You could walk past someone in the street or whatever, and you might walk past them going to work every day or whatever, or they work in your office or something, and you pass them and you might say, a bit of a snotty cow, or a snotty lad, but you don't know. And it's like yourself, Beth, you know, people might have a perception of, like, you know, you, but then they don't know what you've fucking been through, do you know what I mean? So it's very, you know, we learn new things every day. We try and be better than the person we was yesterday. So I'd say, you know, I'm not fucking perfect by any means.
I'm far from it.
But you try and do things better from the day before. You know, so it's like things like that. But when you're saying about, like, you know, other family members and stuff like that, and he's in the ground now, and you know, good riddance to, because anyone who does that, I've got no fucking.
No, I don't. I remember on his funeral, because obviously I told my dad, I think it was like a year before, or it was just been about 2 years before, it came out, my mum rang him, was like, look, your daughter was being fucking sexually abused by your fucking pedo dad, and it just came out. He went, no, she hasn't.
Was there a reaction? Was there a...
Oh, no, he didn't believe a word that I said. Didn't believe it. Didn't believe a word I said. His fucking head's still in the clouds. He still doesn't believe it to this day. And then on his funeral, I'll never forget it, my little cousin got up to do a speech.
Did you go to the funeral?
I went to the funeral. And I'm surprised I went, but I thought, now I'm going to go. I don't know why I went, because I don't know, I just went. And my cousin got up to do like a speech, and she broke down in tears, and I stood there and read it for her. And I don't know why I done it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And even when he was dying, I remember going to my dad's house, and I was like lying in this bed, like this frail old man with a fucking oxygen tank next to him.
Did you feel like...
I know, I'll be honest with you now, and honest to God, for a split second, I wanted to give him a hug, like as if it not has happened. That's how fucked up that is. How mad's that? It was like I didn't even recognise him.
Do you know when you said about going to the funeral, and that was what I was going to ask you, did you go? And I obviously, yeah, okay. That's... I can't... Yeah. But I can have... You know what when you said about the oxygen tank, I would have just pulled the fucking thing out. And listen, we're all different.
Honestly, no, it was mad.
But at the time, you know, listen, you've got your reasons, and listen, this is your story. I'm not telling you what to say or whatever. Of course not. But what I'm saying, some people who will come across this will go, well, why did you go? Listen, everybody's different.
I can't even tell you why I felt that. It was literally like this mad emotion in my head, and I'm stood there and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, like...
You felt sorry?
I felt so... I wanted to give him a hug. I'm like, it's okay.
After what you'd endured?
Yeah, as if I didn't even know who he was. For that split second, I was like, he's just a frail old man and he's dying. That is, honestly, I'm like, I can laugh about it now because me and he's dead. I can't stand the bastard. But like, at the time, I'm like, oh... I don't even know why. And do you know,
there'll be people who watch this who've probably been in the same situation as you, where people from the outside can have, oh, I wouldn't have they got no fucking chance, I would have tipped the coffin over.
Everyone does things differently, do you know what I mean?
Of course they do.
I'm not going to lie to you, and I wasn't going to put this in, but I thought, no, I'm not going to hold back, I don't care if people judge me. Me and my cousin went to, like, the burial that night. I fucking shouldn't say this, but I shouldn't laugh, it's not funny. And I just stood over it and thought, no, you know what, you're an absolute fucking scumbag. We really are. And I shouldn't, but yeah, I pissed on his grave. Pissed on it. Thought, no, it's the fucking least I can do because you're an absolute...
Yeah. Listen,
twat.
at the end of the day...
I'm not asked, I want to own it and say what it's all I
but listen, at the end of the day, what you endured and, okay.
Hated him.
I think
pissing
on the grave, spitting on the grave and whatever, people will probably go, oh, that's... But listen, what you endured, I'll be honest, I think that was a bit, what's name? Not as bad as what, because I'd love to, you know, I'd say I'd love to, but some people dig the fucking grave up and you know what I mean?
Oh, believe me, I wanted to fucking do
pin them to a fucking wall, do you know what I mean?
And it was so... Even like before he was dying and that, I was still going to see my dad and staying in his house. Even when my dad didn't believe me, I'd still go down and stay.
And
I just had to put up with it because I couldn't bear being in my mum's company.
And your dad wouldn't believe you.
And do you know what I think? How can I idolise? Well, I don't even speak to him. He's a fucking sperm donor. But I'm like, how can I idolise you when you've never even been a dad to me? He has never been a male figure,
dominant figure.
Never. He let me endure things that no woman or baby or child should ever have to go through. Ever.
Should have took you away when like your mum was one year and just took you away from it all.
My dad's a fucking absolute shitbag. He wouldn't have a clue. Do you know? He wouldn't have a clue how to being so young when he had me. Do you know what I mean? He didn't have a clue.
You know, fucking hell, Beth. It's you know, it's absolutely mind blow. I mean,
it is.
Blew me away that because you know we've had many guests on who've endured sexual abuse and stuff like that, and just hearing it like to the degree like that what you've gone through and stuff. But from there, you know, when you're saying you've endured all that, and you know, and you're saying things what you've had to deal with your mum, and then your granddad and stuff like that. The ADHD and the autism...
That's probably where it stemmed. Well, I think anyway, because they say it stemmed from
like
childhood trauma.
Like you say at the beginning about school, I couldn't... No fucking wonder you couldn't...
I couldn't, but I know
and you're not going to speak out, and you're not going to speak... Because you're scared, for one, and two, you don't know... Even though now we'd go, I should have spoke out and whatever, because you'd be taken away and being put in a safe place where someone would fucking care for you, and you wouldn't be getting mentally abused, physically abused, sexually abused, you know what I mean? And that's me just being honest.
I know. And even my mum now, she'll talk, she doesn't really talk about it, but like if I spoke to her about it, she'd be like, oh yeah, but it's in the past now, isn't it? Well, no, it's not there.
Because you're living with it every fucking day.
But I'm not that went through it. You haven't been through it. I have.
And you're trying to speak to her because she's your mum.
I've never, do you know what, I'll be honest with you, I just speak to my mum, but I'm not, because you can't open up to my mum. She's just not the type of person you can open up to.
Yeah.
She's just fucking negative Nancy all the time. So I'm just getting to that point where I'm like, I can't be arsed.
Yeah. So, you know... Now then, everyone, sorry for interrupting this episode. Here's a message from our sponsor, Super Resin. They are specialists in resin driveways and flooring across North Wales and the North West. Whether it's a driveway, worktop or flooring, they've got you covered. For 10% off, use the code TGTBTU. Now let's get back to the episode. When did it come to light that obviously you had ADHD and autism?
So it didn't come to light until last year.
And how old are you?
I'm 31, so I got diagnosed when I was, the 24th of October it was. I'll never forget the fucking day because I remember being in that room and having my head full off. And I can't remember how they even thought I had it. It all started from when my ex-partner left me in 23. And I got my head full off. I came home from work this one day, whole house was packed up, everyone gone.
Just up and off?
Up and fucked off.
With everything?
We were going through IVF 2 weeks prior to that. Because I had 11 miscarriages to him. Oh. And we lost a baby. And we fucking went through, he was my fucking world out. Like I literally
You found love, you found
well,
to be
loved. Well, I thought it was just a trauma bond. It wasn't love at all. And I literally from the age of like 16, I was fucking madly in love with him. 17,
so it was a long relationship, yeah?
I was on and off for like 10 years, but together properly for 5. I think it was around 5 years. And I fucking worshipped the ground.
You adored him.
He drove an Audi, you know, more than I thought he was the fucking bee's knees. I thought, oh yeah, like I literally loved him from day dot. And then it was mad how they found out I had ADHD when he left me on the 4th of April 23. I will never forget that date as long as I live. And obviously it came home, the whole house was packed up. I ended up homeless with nowhere to live. Literally within 2 weeks I was thrown out the house. I had the dog. And I was like, what the fuck am I going to do here? What am I going to do?
And did you not reach out to any other family?
I've got no family. I'm honest to God, I am on my own 24/7, 7 days a week, just me and the dog. That dog's my family, that's all I've got. That dog's my fucking world.
And if dogs could speak, they'd tell you that.
She's seen things like the amount of abuse I suffered with Jay. It was a lot. There was a lot of toxic, and I look back and think, I went to IVF with you. I was going to bring a baby into the world with you, and I went, we were arguing all the time on the amount of fighting and domestic violence, and you know, he'll still fucking deny it, and people go, oh, even his mum thinks he's this fucking good Catholic boy. No, love, your son's a cunt. Your son raised his hand many a time to me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not innocent in it all. I hit him as well, do you know what I mean? We were just boxing all the time. But to go through the amount of abuse that I suffered with him, and it was narcissistic abuse, it was. And until I left that relationship, I couldn't understand what a narcissist was. Couldn't even fucking spell the word. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I didn't even know what it meant. And now looking back, I'm like, fuck me. I actually was with a narcissist.
Yeah. So you, like you say, you know, the diagnosis and all that with the ADHD.
Yeah, that came out when I took him out. So in 23, when he left me, obviously I was homeless and everything. And I just didn't have no way to live.
On the streets?
I was slept in Dovecot Park for 2 nights on my own with a dog. Oh. And I can't give this dog up. I can't. My mum was going, put him in a house, in a shelter. I went, no. I went, would you put your kid in a fucking shelter? I went, no. That dog's, I will die for that dog.
Wherever I go, the dog's
I'm not going without that dog. That dog is staying with me. I'm not getting rid of the dog. Not a chance. And then, I can't remember how, I went into I was ringing the council, ringing everyone, trying to get somewhere to live. Went to fucking Liverpool Echo, fucking hell, you name it, I done it, trying to find somewhere to live. Went through the council, let to prove I had mental health and all that. I was there till fucking TikTok, filling all these forms out, back and forth. And they put me in a hotel for the night, so my mate had my dog for me. And then I came in and I was like, so where am I staying tonight then? What's going to happen tonight? And it just got to a point where they couldn't help me, and then they put me in Selling Over in Bootle. And oh my God.
What is that like?
An apartment block on the roundabout in Bootle, by the bus stops.
Is it by Marsh Lane and that, is
it?
Yeah,
and honest to God, it looks nice from the outside.
But inside.
Fucking hell, it was full of cockroaches. I just finished a night shift in A&E. And bear in mind, I took no time off work when me and Jay split up. Not one bit of time off work.
So you used to work in the...
Yeah, I worked in A&E, not in the hospital. And
busy that A&E as well, isn't it?
It was fucking toxic. And came home from work, and my mate Andrew took me into the apartment. He was like, Beth, I can't let you stay in here. It was just cockroach infested.
Overrun.
It was just vile. There was no lock on the door. It stunk of weed. I thought, I'm not putting my dog in here. We weren't asked about me. I was asked about my dog. I thought, my dog's my world, mate. I'm not putting that dog in that situation. There's just no way.
Conditions were absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, they were shocking. And
was there people living in them conditions, Beth?
Yeah, there was loads of people still living there. I'm not living in here. I thought, no. So I rang the Echo, and I thought, no, I need to get my story out. I thought, I'm fucking homeless here. I'm paying into the system. I went, you've got to fucking, it was around, I forgot what it was on Eurovision, that big globe on the Mersey. I went, you're paying millions of fucking pounds for a floating fucking globe, but the likes of me is fucking homeless. I thought, no, I'm not having it. I kicked off, woeful, rang the council, rang the Echo, and they emailed the council. And within not a day or two, I got put in an apartment block in town.
Because you wasn't going away.
Yeah, wasn't going away.
But you know, when you say that, that's just hitting it on the head. You know, this big things coming to Liverpool and whatever. Yeah. And I don't think it's just Liverpool. I think it's other cities probably as well, where the whole world's watching. Oh, this big globe, big colourful globe.
But there's people fucking suffering there on the streets.
This is my argument as well. You've got people on the streets who've given to the system, like, who've saved our country. You've got people who, you know, who've come out of like domestic violence or the kids, that, you know, the homeless, because you see, and when you got walk through Liverpool city centre, and like in many other city centres, the amount of homeless people you see on them streets. And they don't ever want to be homeless.
I fought the fucking war for this country.
Exactly.
And they're getting left to fucking die on the street corner. No, it's not okay, you know. It's not. And it boils my piss. It does my head in.
Yeah, it's so sad. But then obviously the Echo got it. What's name? Then the council put where did they put you then?
So before they put me in there, I was in that hotel room and I met this girl on Facebook, and I was putting on Facebook, and someone helped me. I'm completely homeless. I can't lose this dog. Like, I was just fucking begging and praying, and I'm not religious at all. I was on my hands and knees fucking praying to God, going, please, can someone just send me a fucking sign, give me something. I'm on the edge, yeah. And this girl popped up, she was like, have you tried emailing your local MP? And I was like, nah, that fucking won't work, that. I emailed every MP in the UK, literally bombarding them. And within 2 days, I got a phone call. We've got you in a place in a refuge. And I was like, right, okay. And I thought, shit, a refuge, like, fuck. And I had to prove there was domestic violence in the relationship to be able to go into that refuge. So I had to obviously get all the police report and everything, because I'd logged everything with the police, but just never pressed charges because I loved the bastard and just thought, no, he'll be all right a week later.
Yeah.
And I had to prove there was all kinds, which there was. So they had it on record. And then I went into the refuge, and my mum drove me there. Literally drove me there. I went, see ya. Got off and left me. And I'm just sat in this refuge in fucking floods.
Where you could have went to your mum's house.
Oh, no, my mum wouldn't have had me in it.
Yeah.
She told me that. I wouldn't even.
You wouldn't go.
I wouldn't have went
because
back.
Of, yeah,
because
yeah.
She wasn't even asked.
But you know what though, Beth? You think as a parent, like you said, there's no changing now at the age she's at and stuff like that. And this is just my opinion. You fucking do anything for your kids.
You die for your kids.
No matter what your upbringing and my upbringing and you know other people's upbringing, to be like, when you have kids, you fucking do everything in your power to make sure, you know, you teach them the right things in life and you know and all that. But if they were ever it's like my kids, I say, there's always a room here for you whenever they move out or whatever, when they move out and stuff.
Had that growing up.
Do you know what? And it's there. Do you know what I mean? It's like there's always a room for you. Do you know what I mean?
I never had that growing up. Never. I was my mum's punch bag growing up, and it was like the amount of abuse I suffered with her, and she'll still fucking deny to this day because she's always in denial. She's in denial now. And I was like, no, mum, but it happened. Because she was that pissed out of it, she can't even remember half of it. And the next day she was like, oh, babe, I'm sorry. No, but that's not good enough though, mum. Because again, the week after, it happened again. And again, it was a vicious circle.
Just the same.
All the time.
But when you got dropped off that night at the refuge, she drove off.
She just literally fucked off with a fella. I was like, see ya.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, I was just fucking in bits.
That must have absolutely, like a weight inside just dropped.
I'm just like, I'm in a fucking refuge.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm with a dog. I've got work in 3 days. Am I allowed to have this dog in this refuge? And
you're still worrying about work and all that?
I never took no time off work. They knew what was going on. My work knew that I was homeless. And I never took one single day off work. Not one.
You know, obviously working for the hospital and stuff like that, and your work colleagues and stuff, did you tell them anything? Or
I told them obviously what was going on, the situation and stuff.
Were they supportive?
Well, no, really fuck. You're just a number in the NHS, and I'm not trying to slate them, because I mean obviously I still use them whenever, if you need to go to the hospital, you need to go, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, what they done to me was fucking horrendous. I will go into it, like, but it was bad. But when I first told me ward manager was like, look, I'm homeless, I'm begging you for somewhere to stay, can you please put me up? Because it was like apartments at the back of the hospital grounds for like nurses from like out of the UK and stuff. And I remember she was like, oh, we've got no spaces left. It's, you know, they're full. And when I said to Nikki, my ward manager, I went, no, Nikki, I was like, I really haven't got nowhere to live here.
Desperate. I'm not making desperate.
It up. I need somewhere to live. I don't think you understand. I've got nowhere to go.
I'm going to be honest.
I went, Nick, I'm on the verge here. You're going to have to help me within half an hour. Here's a key. Got you in a flat. But you can't have your dog there. I went, well, I can't take it then. And I refused to take that flat because my dog wasn't allowed in there.
Your dog's your...
Oh no, my dog's I'd fucking die for that dog.
Yeah.
I would take a bullet for that dog. I'm not living without my dog. And I thought,
and there's a lot of people who would have jumped at that and then put the dog in it. But you wouldn't. And you know what?
She threats
She's been with you through the lot.
She literally has. She's kept me alive to this day. Like literally has. And I remember when obviously when I took an overdose in 23, and I remember taking it. And I remember just looking and I thought, I can't do this anymore, Callie. I just need to go.
Do you talk to your dog?
I was talking to her like she's my fucking best mate. And half the time she's looking at me, what the fuck you on about? But she knows when I'm upset, like she can sense the anxiety in me.
They do.
And she'll put a paw on me and she'll put her head on me, and and I remember when me and Jay used to argue, and the amount of, oh God, you know, it breaks me out thinking about it. She'd see his car pull up and she would bomb her into that bathroom, and she's hard.
Oh.
And it's sad, you know, when you think back and you think the amount of shit I put that dog through, and she's still stuck by my side. How low she is.
But you know, obviously, fucking horrendous what you've been through. You know what I mean, Beth? And you know the conditions that that's come to light. How did it show in your day-to-day life?
Oh well, I wasn't concentrating. I couldn't finish one task without going on to something else. the impulsivity of like doing things over and over and over and over and over. Like I drink 100
Because you're 100 miles an
hour.
hour.
Oh, I still am. I literally, the tablets are crap. The tablets are shit. They just make you stop eating, which is great because you lose about 5 stone, which I have done. So a good thing about the tablets, I'll be honest with you, they're fucking shocking. The tablets are crap. I don't think the tablets have worked for me.
Yeah.
Other people think they have. They haven't. They're fucking awful. But now, I mean, yeah, I couldn't concentrate. I don't know what else they said it was. I was 100 miles an hour. They were saying the way your mind is, your mind spirals all the time. Like I said to them, I've got 100 miles an hour. Thoughts racing all the time.
And did you disclose to them what you'd been going through?
Yeah.
Did you tell them?
I told them everything.
That's what I was going to say to you, because you know you're saying because you were reluctant to speak out and stuff like that, but and you sort of you're gonna get answers because your mind, because you're trying to keep your mind busy because you don't want to fucking remember that stuff, and you're trying to do a task. And then you're doing that, but then something else, and, you know.
But my mind is, honest to God, the only way I can describe having ADHD is like you're on a racetrack and you're in a car and there's no brakes. That's the only way I can describe it. And that's constantly, 24/7, 265 days a year. My brain is constantly round and round and round and round. And there's no stopping it. And no, I don't think there's any fucking tablet or anything in the world that's gonna change the way my ADHD is, because there's loads of people on my Instagram who go, oh, you know, follow this page, I've got ADHD, and I'm like, how the fuck are you even managing to do that? I can't even get up out of bed after mornings and brush my teeth or brush my hair. The stage where I can't even function.
Because you feel like...
I'm sensory overload.
You're exhausted?
Literally, I don't sleep
because of what's up here?
Yeah, and it's mad how... I always say, it's mad how an organ that you can't touch or have an interaction with can control your life so much. And it's literally...
Meaning your brain.
And I haven't come to terms with having ADHD. 30 years of my life that's been fucking robbed off because I've got a late diagnosis. How was that not picked up when I was a kid?
But you know what? This
is
what I'm saying. You know when you're saying when you were a young kid, the age of 6 in school and all that, and you're a bit of a...
I was terrible.
And you know what? When you think about it now, I'm going to mention this, it's like... My missus asked me who I had on tonight, and I told her I've got a lady on tonight with ADHD, you know, autism, and you know, and PTSD, and she went, Tony, I think everyone's got a bit of ADHD in them.
They probably have.
She went, and it doesn't, you know, there's certain things that, you know, maybe like us as parents, or parents now, or people now, because you're finding so many kids, young lads.
Yeah, you do.
But there's a lot of women that don't speak out, let me tell you now, that because I think women...
They can mask it.
Yeah, like men, some like trying, what's the name, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I think ADHD in women...
Oh, it's shocking. It's right.
It's out there, and I don't think a lot of women... I think that, I don't know if they're embarrassed.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, but this is why I wanted you to come on.
I couldn't... The thought of being labelled as fucking neurodivergent, I was like, what the fuck's that? I'm not neuro...
You didn't even know what the term... You didn't know,
And I thought, imagine I meet someone and go, oh, I've got ADHD, you know? And
do you think they're going to run a mile or something?
Literally, I don't fucking blame them, because I am hard work. I'm not alone with shit. I am probably one of the way, honest to God. I did put Jay through, I did. My anxiety was shocking when I was with Jay, and my thought process was just out there. And
do you know what, though, Beth, you've got to understand as well, is that what you've fucking been through. You know, and I think... Hiya everyone, sorry to interrupt this episode, but here's a quick one from me. If you're enjoying the podcast and you enjoy what we're doing, you can now buy us a coffee. It's a simple way to keep those stories coming. No subscription, just that one-off bit of support. The link's in the description. Now back to the episode.
Yeah.
What you've just told me in the last 40 minutes or so is absolutely... It's a lot, and what you've got to... You know, don't be so hard on yourself, because at the end of the day, you've got to understand, there's like... Okay, yeah, I just brush myself down and I crack on.
That's what I have done now for the past 30 years of my life.
And look, you're a human being. You have feelings, you have emotions. You can't put this shield or this, what's the name on, and because you're going to break sooner or later. And
I did. Well, I did,
and listen, and you did, because everyone's got a breaking point.
Yeah,
you can take so much, or you deal with it, or you put it in that little box all the time. You're going to fucking break sooner or later. But you speaking out and raising awareness, and you know, like you said, you opened up about other things and stuff, and because I always say sitting in silence, you know, a lot of people do that, and when people maybe come across this, you inspire them Because you know what? You're a survivor. You're not a victim.
No, I was a victim.
But listen, you know, what you say, that takes some doing that.
Yeah.
Coming on and telling everybody your story.
I thought, it might be like, people go, oh, fucking hell, ADHD again. Because it is viral now on social media. And I feel like it's a new fucking handbag in Beth Rylands. Like, you know, it's this new fucking trend. Oh, I've got ADHD. Well, you know, it's not, but I can't bear it when people go, oh, she's having a fucking ADHD meltdown today. Love, don't fucking joke about it unless you've got it, because, you know, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Try living with it, for one. Because, honest to God, it's
people don't understand
hard.
What you've had to go through for the last 30 odd years.
But I didn't know myself that I had it until last year. Because for years, they all thought I had bipolar. I thought it was bipolar. And then the hospital, when I tried attempted suicide, I took like 17 venlafaxine, 65 milligram, took the whole fucking lot. Thought, I just can't do this no more. And I remember taking it, I woke up in hospital, and they kept me in like this woman's unit, like a mental unit in Western Hospital for like a month and a half. And they were like, oh, we've got you a diagnosis of like emotional unstable personality disorder. And I was like, fuck, what's that? Got back to another diagnosis that I had no help with. Do you know what I mean? I was, you know.
But you know what?
Like,
so what you've dealt with, everything is starting to come together, Beth, because what you've endured through your life, you know, and it's absolutely horrific what's gone on. And, you know, when you're saying to people, look, you don't know, and listen, it's not one of them where you're screaming from the rooftops, because you try and go about your day-to-day life, because your private life's your private life. But when you're at breaking points, you can't carry on.
I got to that point. I was at my lowest in even before I got my ADHD diagnosis. Like 23 was a breaking point when Jay left me. But it's mad, because I'll be honest with you, if he never left me, I'd never have got my diagnosis, and that's the God's gospel truth. I remember when the hospital obviously kept me in through the suicide, and they put me in with this fella, and they were like, we think you've got ADHD. And I wouldn't have had that. Only he
What was your response when he said that to you?
And I went,
did you go,
well, yeah, whatever. And he was, no, that's what we think you've got. And I thought, so it took me to try and attempt a fucking suicide, because my head's fucking gone, for you to then go, I think it's ADHD. And I told them.
Did you go into a GP before?
I've been in Clockview. I've been under every fucking psychiatrist you can think of in the UK. I've been under Merseycare. I've been under Talk Liverpool. I've been under Clockview, the Ferndale unit in Bazzachley. I was kept in there because I was fucking round the twist, because my head went. Even when I'm a young kid, I used to do these little routines of a night, and do you know when you think about it, oh, fucking cringe. I'd stand in front of like the mirror, and I'd tap myself so many times, or I'd hit myself so many times. If I didn't, then something bad has happened. And it was like a repetitive thing, and then...
So that you needed to do that each night before bed?
Yeah, otherwise something bad has happened the next day. And if something bad happened, that was because I didn't do the routine properly. And then when I was 16, I was diagnosed with OCD and severe anxiety and depression. Because
OCD, I know a lad who's got OCD, and I just genuinely thought OCD was someone who fucking had a cleaning.
My thoughts.
Yeah, that's me being genuinely honest. Yeah. And he's a good mate of mine from the match. That's all I'll say. And he speaks openly about living with OCD.
Oh, it's hard.
And he's created like a group and all that. Do you know what he won't mind me saying is Jay Deacon? He's a fucking brilliant lad.
Well, goes on and forget.
And he speaks so openly about it.
But it needs to be open, because there's that many people, and there's that many suicides in women now, or in men, in both kids or adults, and they could have ADHD that we could underline, and they wouldn't know they're getting late diagnosed.
You're hearing so many late diagnoses now. It's like
30 years of age. I've had my whole life robbed of me, and I feel like I'm grieving for someone that I should have been, and it's so hard to accept.
Yeah,
it really is. It's like, I know that I've read up on ADHD that it can cause infertility. Fucking hell. 12 miscarriages later and I lost a baby. That not fucking give you you know what I mean?
And when you're going to see the GPs or the doctors and all that, and is this not being...
No, never. One of my doctors got fucking struck off for giving to one of their own medication and nearly fucking killed them. He was a load of crap. And the other one, he used to give you fucking slimming tablets and everything. He just weren't asked. My doctor was like... He would, honest to God, he was sound and all that, but like he just went, and I couldn't confide in him, man, I'll be honest, I couldn't really
Even though you went to go to your GP, you can tell him it's all private, you didn't feel comfortable.
I couldn't really open up to a man, it just didn't feel...
And there's nothing wrong with that, a lot of women feel comfortable speaking to another female, and you know, men feel comfortable speaking to a male. You know what I mean? So it's not strange or anything like that. That's just the way you know that's how it is. That's how you feel. That's how you want to.
But I'm angry. I'm so angry because to be getting late diagnosed at 30 years of age and have my whole life, and everyone goes, but Beth, no, but my life has been robbed off me because I've had that ADHD. It stems from childhood trauma. I've read up on it. And so
you've been through that.
I've been through sexual abuse. I've been through sexual assault. You name it, I've been through it. Been through every kind of abuse you can think of. Everything I've gone through. And, you know, to be diagnosed so late on.
You're so angry.
I'm fucking pissed off. Yeah, I am. I'm really angry.
I can see.
Because I've been let down by the system. How can you have not seen that in me?
And picked up on it.
Do you know what I mean? How can you have not seen that? And they go, oh, well, it's because there's so many versatile things. Like, you know, like to go, oh, depression, anxiety, it's similar to ADHD. Well, it is and it isn't. But then OCD is also similar to ADHD. Yeah. So, you know, and then when I got the assessment, I was like, oh my God, I've got my assessment through. And my manager in work, Laura, she has pushed for me to get this assessment. She was like, no, you need it. You fucking need this assessment. And that's the only, and I've never been able to keep a job down. My job's like my CV, it's like a fucking traveller's fucking, no, I swear to God.
Like a brochure.
Literally can't, about 14, 15 jobs, every job you can think of I've done. Literally everything.
But you've always worked.
I've always worked, always paid into the system. I fucking gonna have to be bollocks off because I had no choice, you know what I mean? And I've never been able to keep a job down, ever. And then obviously I started in Warmer, and honest to God, like the amount of support I've had from this company is just second to none. Like, look, even when I got my diagnosis, like the day I got it, and I was sat in this little booth with my laptop, and I remember the fella, he's like, yeah, you have got ADHD. But he didn't tell me much about, like, how many types I had.
Oh, right.
I didn't know there was any fucking type of, I never knew that. So
how many types of ADHD?
So I've got 3 types. I've got, what was it, hyperactivity, impulsivity, and attention deficit disorder. I think that's right. So apparently there's 5 stages. Apparently, I'm fucking telling you, I'm like the Ring of Fire. I've got all 5. I fucking know I have. Everyone's ADHD is different, but mine is. Mine's
yours next level?
Oh no, I know I'm up there. I'm fucking round the. I know I'm off the scale with mine. I know I am. But he wasn't really like telling me much about, like, you know, what causes ADHD. All I know is that it's a gap in my brain and it lacks dopamine. Well, what's that? What's it made up of? Like,
you wanted to know.
I want to know.
You want to know.
I need to know how, you know, so what now then?
How do I deal with it and stuff like that?
And he was like, you'll be put on these meds, blah, blah, blah. They're called Elvans, absolutely fucking diabolical. You know, and he was like, you can't have no caffeine, you can't have coffee. And I always noticed whenever I used to drink coffee, I did the deck and go to sleep. Now, people with ADHD, if you drink coffee, it makes you sleepy. I never knew that. He told me, and I've noticed growing up, I'd have like 6 cups of coffee. I'd be out for the count. And then I realised it was through, obviously, an undiagnosed fucking ADHD.
Yeah.
But when I got my diagnosis, and I remember getting it on the day, and Laura, he went, yeah, you've got it and all that, and I just fucking dropped to the floor. I literally fell to the floor, and I was in fucking tears. Do you know the way I can describe getting the diagnosis was like, when someone's dying, I know it sounds fucking stupid, when someone's dying, and you know they're going to die, and you're prepared for them dying.
You're heartbroken. And
then they die. And you're like, shit, they're dead, they're gone, fuck. And it was the same for me. I had a feeling I was going to get told I had it. But actually being told I had it, I was like, fuck. And my whole world fell apart, and my mental health just completely fucking dropped from there. It completely went downhill. I hit rock bottom. I'd say the end of 23, beginning of 24, I was just suicidal. I thought, I can't do this. My head completely
every day, emotionally, just mentally just strained.
Literally, I couldn't even fucking brush my hair. I didn't even want to go to work. Like, I couldn't. I was hearing voices in my head. I was literally off the. Yeah, I couldn't cope with it at all. And obviously, I worked 2 jobs. I work in a pub as well, and it just got too much. And I had a massive breakdown. And I rang my manager, Laura, going, Laura, I can't do this no more. I really just can't do it anymore. I was like, I'm on the verge of fucking ending it again. And I told her, I went, Laura, I can't do this. I was like, I can't cope with it.
It's heartbreaking when you say, you know, I can't carry on and stuff, and you think that's the way to stop everything and stuff like that. And like I said to you before, I understand people are in different circumstances and stuff like that, and But I always, you know, I have bad days myself, and then it's hard because you're stressed, or you work business or work or whatever, and family life.
Yeah.
And it gets on top of you, and you feel way down, and you feel sometimes like if you reach out to someone, you don't want to pass, you don't want to pass it on to them. But there's always a solution, and I never ever like thought, like, you know what I mean. I know I've got friends and stuff like that, and you know, you can talk. You know, I know who we can.
Yeah.
I know who I can ring. I know who I can send a WhatsApp message to or whatever, and I know they're like that. They're on the phone.
See, that's where I haven't got that. I'll be honest with you.
And listen, I'm not saying all these people that I know. I'm talking. I'm talking.
The more associates.
Because you know when people say you can count who your real friends are on one hand, and I'd go, oh fuck off.
No, you can.
I've got loads of mates.
They're associates.
And then people say, you know.
Yeah.
Me missus. It's me missus really. Me missus say, you know who your mates are.
Yeah.
And you can count them on one hand, or you can count them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know I can go like that. But when you're saying that to you know, your boss or whatever, did you just think that was it?
I just thought, I can't do this.
Was there any response for, like, did she?
Well, yeah, she fucking rang an ambulance straight away. Like, she's had my back since day one, Laura. Like, and she didn't even, it was here, that's it, when I first started, and she was like, have you got ADHD? And at this point, I hadn't had my diagnosis, and she was like, I swear to God, Beth, and she would lose a rag all the time, and if I didn't, like, finish a task, or I'd be halfway through something, she'd go, Beth, fucking hell! Do something,
you haven't finished that off?
And she's definitely undiagnosed, I'm not going to say it, till I'm fucking She can't hear, if I even bite my nails, she'll go, oh, fucking hell, Beth, and I go, you've definitely got ADHD, like 100%.
There's so many things you say in there where there's a lot of people who like...
Yeah, it's mad.
It's like, like someone's got some type of... They've got ADHD in them or something, you know what I mean? And a lot of people go, fuck off, I haven't, you know what I mean? It's just, it's one of them. But do you think society truly understands neurodiversity and trauma, or is there still a lot of stigma?
There's a lot. And people, I think what it is, people don't, a lot of women and men can mask it. They can mask how they feel, do you know? And that's how, and I think women don't get late diagnosed because of how many hormones women have got. And so, my doctor told me, and I thought, nah, that's bullshit, you know, because there's kids getting diagnosed as fucking young as 2 with autism, so are they fucking hitting, are they on their period from the 2? You're full of shit. It's nothing to do with that. I'm sorry, but I don't think it is. Yeah. You know, I just think it's either been a lack of interest in that person.
Or there's not enough research done on it.
No, there isn't. My own doctor couldn't even prescribe my medication because he didn't know enough about ADHD. So I got diagnosed by ADHD 360. It's private, but it's through the NHS. And I have like a mental health nurse who I speak to quite regularly and that. And she pushed and pushed and pushed for this diagnosis. She was like, no, you're going to end up dead if I don't get you this diagnosis. I can see it now. We need to do something about it.
She could see the signs.
Yeah, she could see it. She knew.
But this is what I'm going to say to you, Beth. She spotted that straight away. Yeah. That's why I knew you were so angry before. Oh. And listen, there's some fantastic doctors not out there.
Listen, I'm not knocking
No, I know you wasn't. No, I know you wasn't.
Do you know what I mean?
But for me, what I'm going to back you on here is, like you just said there, she picked up on it straight away where you're going, and you're not right. You know, you're fucking mentally, you're going out of your brain. You're going and you're getting, look, this isn't right. And, you know, you've had numerous fucking, you know, with the baby and stuff like that. How many times you've had stuff like that?
And I've had to accept now. I'm 31, and I know that I'm
makes you so angry.
It does make me angry. I was never maternal. Never maternal ever. Growing up with that it put me off fucking kids. I thought, I can't put my kids through that. And, you know, as I got older, and obviously when I met Jay, and I was like, I want kids to him. Like, I want him to be the father of my kids. And then I become maternal. Yeah. But now it's like, I know that my chances of being a mum are being robbed off me. I never do have, because I'm 31 and I'm still not fucking right in the head, and my tablets that I was on, they weren't the right ones for me. So I could be waiting a year or 2 for them to finally engage in my brain and start working. I can't bring a baby into the world with living like this. It's not fair. I wouldn't want to bring a baby into the world and make them suffer exactly what I suffered. I'm living in a fucking council flat with 2 jobs, fucking trying to fucking survive, do you know what I mean? But I want my baby around that now. I wouldn't want to bring my baby, and not in the wrong being in the council flat.
No, I know.
It's just my whole life.
Yeah, listen.
But I want to be financially stable and fucking mentally stable. I couldn't put my all into a child and bring them up when I'm not fucking right in the head. It's not fair.
Do you know what, Beth?
It's not.
Considering everything that you've dealing with and that you're still dealing with today, it takes a lot to own, to, like what you've just said there.
Yeah.
And I take me what's name off to you because, you know, and I know you didn't mean by living in a camp, but look,
I love living in a camp.
Listen,
fucking county dinners of the
listen, and I know you didn't mean anything by that, but even you're being honest.
Yeah.
And you know, and this is what it's about: being honest and being open, and you know, you wanting to get yourself right. You know, when you know, of course, you want to have children and stuff like that, but what you need to get yourself right first and all that, and that takes a lot to admit that. You know what I mean?
I've got no support to even have a child. Like, you know, I was thinking, do I go down a sperm donor route if I really want kids? Because no one's gonna fucking want to be with me.
You want to be stable, like, you know, you've got it. You know, you're in work and you're doing this, and you've got your own home. Like, whether it's rented or it's bought or whatever, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. It's you make your little flat a fucking a palace, a kingdom, you know, a castle, whatever you want to call it. Because that's your home.
Little, well,
and you're working on yourself.
Yeah.
You're trying to get to the bottom. You're finding out things every day, you know, about different fucking tablets and this. You know, and look, you know, you need to take a little bit of what's in there because
I've
you know
never
what?
done that. I've never like sat back and gone, fucking hell, you've been some shit girl, you know.
No, but
you
really have.
Until you see it on paper, you're like, fuck. But you know,
with you speaking out and talking about all of this, there's many women and men up and down the country, but obviously we're talking, you know, some women, bits and bobs. You're going to have a lot of women who'll come across this and they'll fall in your inbox because they're going for, and they probably never ever spoke to no one like you hadn't. You know, you messaging us, you know, and it was just like, you know, your message was just like, and I was like, fucking blew away. And I said to Ben, I went, this lady's got a story here, and it's not, it's real.
Yeah.
It's raw. And that's why people relate to it, because when we put these episodes out, and it's real people with real stories, and they relate to it so much. It.
And I think for me, I wanted to just try and get my story out because the type of ADHD that I've got, not everyone has. Some people have only got one type or two, or it's like combined with autism, that's mine. A
mother might come across this and the son or the daughter, and they'll go, fucking hell, that's their child or whatever.
What I do with it's mad because like I'll be in work and like I'll think something negative straight away and it will spiral and spiral, and my marriage. And
your anxiety will go through the roof.
Oh my God, like Laura goes to me, I will think of the worst fucking possible scenario. And I'll like that's it. Then I'm fixated. I'm like a dog with a bone.
That's gonna happen.
Literally, like, and I will just go to the extreme. And there's no need for it. Like literally no. But in my head, I'm like I'm in fight or flight all the time because my whole life's been fight or flight. I've had no choice. You know what I mean? So I always expect the worst. And I think, oh well, I know that was going to happen then because I've never had any other.
Because it's always been.
That's what it's always been.
It's always been doom and gloom.
It literally has been for 31 years of my life.
But Beth, just speaking to you, you can see how much you've come on. I'm not saying I know you personally, but just speaking to you, considering what you've been through to what you're doing now, you've got a full-time job. You know, you're thinking outside. You know, you're wanting better. You want to do better. Where people who go through certain things in their life. You know, it's horrific what goes on, and people deal with things differently. You're sitting here telling us your story, wanting to raise awareness. You're trying to help people out there who've been through similar stuff to you, or are going through, like, you know.
It's mad because obviously I read up with like depression and all that, and I think that people have looked at it wrong. Do you know, like where girls can mask it and they can put a laughing face on, and you think they were like happy and joking and all that. They're the ones that you need to look out for because it's the likes of them that are behind closed doors, they're ending their lives, and you wouldn't think to fucking ring them and check on them. Or they're crying
themselves to sleep and all that.
And you wouldn't think to ring them and go, you're all right. And because you don't do, would you? If someone's laughing and joking and they're happy as fucking lad, you're not going to go, oh, they're suicidal, are they? I wouldn't think that.
Checking in. It's this thing, checking in. And like, do you know what?
And I've looked at it differently. Like lately I've gone, I think it's the likes of people who are laughing and joking, who are happy, check on them ones. Yeah. Because
you've hit on the head.
And it has been, I think mental health has been looked at wrong, I think personally anyway.
Is that how you, like, Beth, you know, you seem like an outgoing, bubbly person and all that.
Oh, I can put it on all day. They're deep inside and fucking crumbling. Like I'm screaming inside all the time. Yeah, every day I'm like that. And I'll go to work and laugh and joke with the customers on the phone, or I'll laugh and joke with Laura or the lads.
But when you leave that workplace,
but when I leave work, like my depression would spiral.
Just drop.
When I leave work. So now I leave work half an hour earlier and I go to the gym. I'll go to the gym three nights a week, and I go to dance twice a week.
Yeah.
Because I said to Laura, I can't go home, and I used to purposely stay out till about 7:30, couldn't go home, because the thought of going home to a flat on my own and sitting there with my own thoughts, I'd been gone.
So you're keeping yourself busy, active, going to the gym, going to your dance and all. We'll speak about.
I'm literally I'm exhausting myself, and I'm killing.
So what you're doing? You're tiring yourself out to get home, shower, food, bed.
Literally, I'm killing myself.
Is that your routine? Is it?
Yeah, I'm up at 5 o'clock. I walk the dog till 6. I have a dog walker. She fucking rinses me dry. £200 a month for a fucking dog walker. I'm in the wrong job. But for me dog, I'll fucking do it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not arsed. I love it, but fucking hell, £200 for a fucking dog walker, mate, is a bit extreme, innit? But you know,
I'm sorry, but I've got to laugh.
What else? You know,
I think that's the new thing now.
But like I'm far from tight. Like I will give me last fucking penny.
Yeah.
But
you know what?
Your
dogs have played a big part.
Oh, she's kept me alive. She has literally kept me alive for this day.
Listen.
And she's not just a fucking dog. I hate when people go, just a dog. No, it's not, love.
It's my best
mate. Feelings, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I'm upset, she can sense it.
Dogs do.
And
dogs
it's like that's the most loyalist fucking like a thing I've ever had in my fucking life.
A dog is the probably the loyalist fucking.
She'll look at me
animal in the world.
She'll look at me in disgust, like if I'm going on a night out and she's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "You live near rent-free, girl. Bind your neck in." You know, like you get your fucking food never paid for. But you know, I wouldn't be without the dog. Not a chance.
What tools, strategies have helped you most managing your daily life?
With ADHD or anything?
Yeah, with.
Oh, fucking hell, nothing really. Well, apart from recently starting the gym, I'd say nothing. Because I've never.
Have you ever been into the gym or anything?
I used to hammer the gym. I used to love it. And then I stopped going when me and Jake was up, because my head was fucking spiraling with everything. Yeah. And he put me through a lot. There was a lot of domestic violence, and he'll still tonight. It fucking happens. And I stopped going because, do you know what? I can be called a slag and a slut, whatever. They're words to me, not asked. But there was one thing that he used to call me, and it was constantly. And do you know when something just sticks in your mind? And honest to God, I remember we were arguing. He went, "You look like a fucking Downs." And not that there's anything wrong with being Down syndrome, by the way. I've got, me fucking, I'm not against it at all. Yeah. But to be called that, and it was constantly, you fucking bongo, you look like a Downs. You went, because your eyes are massive, you look like a Downs. Oh. And, do you know, I couldn't even look in a mirror, honestly. And I couldn't even go to a gym because I was too scared to look in the mirror. And I thought,
questioning yourself?
I'm questioning myself, and I thought, what are you doing with me then? Or I thought, have I made him, like, does he really think I look like that? And that, honest to God, that was constant. And even now, and I'll be honest, I've lived in my flat 2 years, I haven't even got a mirror in my flat. And honestly, anyone that make money that knows me, I have not got a mirror in that flat. I can't even bear to look in a mirror. And that's why I started going to dance, to try and empower myself a little bit. Because the stuff he used to call me and the stuff he used to say, it was just constant putting me down.
You've absolutely been through it by the sounds, like I say. But do you know the turning point when you decided to embrace your story rather than hide it? When was the point that, you reached out to us?
About 3 months ago, I'm not going to lie. I think when I started dancing, I just became more confident, and it's mad because...
How did you get onto it? Did you get onto us? Did you just...
I seen it on Instagram and I thought, was I have the balls to do that?
Did you see someone's particular... Was there someone who inspired you on there, or was there...
I just recognised a few people off there, and obviously I follow Cassie.
Yeah.
She's fucking amazing. Love her to bits. She's great. And there was one time where I was really, really low. Like, really low. And she Instagram was going, "Where are you? I want to ring an ambulance now. Where are you? Keep talking to me." And my head was going, and I just kept following, and I thought, if she can fucking do it, then I can.
But this is what I'm saying. I mean? It's like a domino effect.
Yeah, it is.
So you've seen Cassie's episode, someone's going to see your episode, and then that person's going to see someone else's episode. And that's why we do this, because everyone has a story.
They do.
Good, bad and ugly, right? But what you've got to understand is how you come back. And you've come back from fucking... Let me tell you, I know you're still working at things and all that. I know it's not yet. But be very proud of yourself, Beth.
I know. I've never had anyone to go, "Oh, Beth, you know what? Fucking tap on the back there, girl. You've been through a lot." And I don't want brownie points or anything.
No, but you know what,
I don't need an ass licking, do you know what I mean?
No,
it would be nice for someone to just go, "Oh, do you know what, girl? Like,
because maybe because you've... Listen, Like you said, you've never told anyone.
No,
so you can't. So hang on. So listen, it's not something that you go and scream from the rooftops.
No.
Because you're okay. People who might know you're close to you might have told them in private and whatever. By coming on here and by telling your story, let me tell you now, there'll be a few people who will fucking tap you on your back because you're a very, very brave woman. You know, that takes a lot to come on a podcast and explain basically your life. Do you know, this is why we do it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you're not, like I said, you're a survivor.
Yeah.
And survivors never give up.
No.
And you're helping so many people out there by telling your story.
I hope it does go, like, it does spread out because, you know, living with ADHD for one it's fucking painful and it's hard. It is. And having all three types and having anxiety, depression, emotional unstable disorder.
That's why you
OCD,
said your head's like that.
I'm like Betty Bassett, I've got fucking all sorts in my brain. And I'm like, where do I start with these, with all these diagnoses? What do
trying to deal with one's hard enough, but trying to deal with all, you know what I mean?
And I'm like, oh, and even now I'm still researching ADHD. I'm like, I do that. Oh my God, I do that.
So you can relate to certain things.
Like, it's mad. Like, you know, my flat, like, I'll leave my fucking dishes for about 3 weeks and then I'll completely blitz the flat and I can't stop. So it's either so I'm in or I'm out. Do you know what I mean? And
do you know what? I'm not laughing at that because, listen, I know someone very close to me.
It's mad, you know, honestly.
Who is exactly what you've just said.
And I feel dead lazy.
All in or not, and it's like, and it's just fucking.
Honestly, like, there's days where I'll wake up and I'll literally not even get a shower, and I'll just stay in the bed because I physically, the thought to get the shower, it exhausts me. But it's mad. But I didn't know that was even part of having ADHD. It's like an overstimulation in your brain where the thought of doing the most simple task, it just gives you the worst anxiety. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And like, you know, I'll have fucking clothes all over the floor. And then there'll be days where I put everything away neatly and then they're back out on the fucking floor again. Yeah. And it's like, I read up in that's part of having ADHD, like either everything's
so you're doing so much research as well?
Oh, I've had to, because I didn't know.
Because no one's telling you the help that you're asking for.
All they done was go, here's your tablets. And I had a 3-month review every month. And I remember the first day I took my tablets, I was like, oh, fuck.
Do you feel like shit on that often?
Do you know what? The only way I can describe taking these meds, and I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
It's like you've had a bag of Coke. You literally... And I used to hammer it. I did with my ex, I used to fucking hammer it. I haven't touched it for like 2.5 years. Got us into a fucking 3 grand coat set. Never again. Wouldn't look back. It was fucking awful. And honest to God, you literally sat there and you're like that in work. And I'm wired.
Tablets are
I'm fucking wired
in work.
Desk. Yeah, I'm like that. Like I've had a line of Coke and all I want to do is talk and chat shit. And all I go, Beth, fucking hell, do something. I'm like, but I can't, because all I want to do is talk, because it feeds your dopamine level. So when you've had that line of Coke, like, your endorphins are flying everywhere. And
these tablets make you feel
like all you want to do is talk and bounce around the room. And I can't, I'm sat at my desk and I can't move.
Trying to answer the phone
and it's like you're paralysing your own brain. And then you're hyper-focusing. So I'm working and I will whiz through my work by 4 o'clock. I want to fucking come down. Like when you want to ring your dealer and go, can you get me any more? And you can't. Because you can only have 1 tablet a day. And that's the only way.
Sorry that I'm laughing, but that's mad.
I can describe it to you.
These tablets do that to you.
It's literally, you go on a come down, and the come down is the worst. Like the depression just kicks in.
And then there's all the thoughts and stuff.
Oh, everything comes. But I'll be honest with you, the tablets didn't touch the sides with me. Like people going, oh my God, Beth, like Laura goes, oh my God, like your work's changed. I go, yeah. But, and I'll be honest with you, she'll kill me. But I just say what she wants me to say, what she wants to hear, because I don't think they personally worked for me. They didn't. Yeah. I know they fucking didn't, because my head was spiralling even when I was on them.
They weren't doing the job.
All they've done is make me lose loads of weight. I'll be honest with you, and I couldn't eat for days on them. Yeah. You take your tablet at 7 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't eat by 7:30. And the texture of food, oh my God.
It just made you sick.
Literally.
For the force of it.
Couldn't stomach food at all. Couldn't stomach it. And I didn't even know that with ADHD, food can raise your dopamine levels as well. So I'd go home over night time, and if I thought of a certain food, I'd be all excited. And I thought, why am I feeling like that? It's a fucking chicken burger. Grow up, will you? But in my head, your dopamine would feed off food.
Really? Yeah.
And it's mad, you know, because you don't realise until you actually research it.
Yeah.
It's fucking mad how ADHD works, honestly.
But you know, you explaining it, like, especially for women and stuff, you know, when we've spoke about some, like, you know, this is your experience and stuff like that. And I just think you know, you're so honest, you're so open.
Oh,
I know, you said...
There's no way it's all great with me. I've got no filter, I haven't.
I just think it's really, you know, it's opened my eyes a little bit, you know what I mean? Because you always have a perception that it's this and it's that, and or what you see on the telly and all that.
Of course, it's all staged.
Yeah, what you've had to, what's the name, and what you've had to deal with and stuff like that. But what role in the community, you know, or even creativity played in your healing for your dance group? Your dance group and that?
So I started, I don't know how I reached out to Laura, so I seen him on Instagram. And I was literally about to delete me. I thought, oh, fuck this Instagram.
This social media.
I have this fucking filtered shit, all these girls fucking airbrushing look like Barbie dolls. And I was like, I just can't be arsed looking at this no more. Like, feel fucking Scottish, fucking pale and ginger. I can't be arsed. I'm not getting, you know, I'm fucking paying £80 a month on sunbeds. I thought, nah, fuck this, it's just not working. I was in the right fucking foul mood. And I thought, I need to get off this Instagram because it is full of filters and fake. And I'm not saying everything's fake, it's not, but do you know when you see some of these gym videos and like, spend a day with me, and they have you fucking watching a 90 grand fucking Ninja air fryer with your fucking £100 coffee machine. Love, no one's asked. No one's asked. Like, stop. Just, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, no one lives in these fucking penthouses that you're putting on your Instagram. Like, it's all black, it's fake. Just own your shit.
What you want you to see and stuff.
Just be real about it. And when I seen Laura's dance group, I thought, oh, here we go, with the fucking typical dance group. Like, they're going to be all snotty and bitchy, and I'm going to just go in and walk out and go, fuck that.
But can I just say something? You know what you said before? That thing about...
Judging people. No, I still do it now.
Listen,
still.
And that's what I'm saying.
I'm terrible for doing it.
But you know what? There's loads of people who are just exactly... But then, like you say, you've gone, oh, fucking hell, another dance group. Yeah. These are all going to be snotty.
And I honestly thought that, and honest to God...
What was it like?
Do you know what?
When you walked in?
Yeah. So before I got there, I messaged her on a voice note, because when I seen the videos, there was loads of girls, different shapes and sizes, and I thought, oh, actually, do you know what? I'm a little bit in between here. Like, I've got crumpets for arse cheeks. I'm an arse, you know what I mean? I'll own it. I have. I'm fucking body conscious. I'm so insecure, it's unreal. I haven't got a tit to my nail. I've got tits like an airport runway. This is flat as fuck. And I thought, I can't go in there, because what if you got a boob job and they're all gorgeous? And I'm like, I can't walk in there like that. And I thought, no, do you know what, Beth, you've been through fucking hell and back, just fucking go. And I've noticed when I used to go out with the girls like years ago, and music, for me, with having ADHD, is a big part of me. So whenever I hear music, my face vibrates and my dopamine levels rise. And
you just love music?
I love moving. And I'll be in work, I'll love it. And like, I'll be sat at my work at my desk and my dad going, oh, I'm dying to fucking bust a movie. And like, fucking just calm down, stay still.
What?
When you get in the shower, when you have to choose.
Oh yeah, this morning. Like I said to him, I put a song on. Duke de Mont it was actually.
I love it.
And I was in ours, and it was just like, I posted something this morning, and I added that song to it, and I was just in ours, and I was just having a little bop on that, and I thought, and my missus said to me the other week, I said to her, do you know when you're in the house and that, I'm in here or whatever, she said, yeah, I fucking dancing ours with the music on, and I just bouncing around, cleaning up, and then today I done it in the shower.
Mad.
And it's just like, before I got in the shower, should I say?
Yeah.
And I told him before, like...
I have my headphones in 24/7. Like, I won't even leave the house without my headphones, because I feel like everyone's fucking looking at me, and I'm bad with my anxiety.
Oh, you don't want to fucking have a conversation with someone?
Oh, you get in the back of an Uber, and they start, I'm like, can you not see my headphones in? Don't speak to me. I want, just fucking take me to my destination. I've got my headphones in.
Yeah.
Can't bear that. I'll purposely go.
Listen, like the minutes is embarrassing.
Literally, it's bad, but I noticed with having ADHD as well, I will listen to the same song on repeat all the time, because apparently if you listen to a certain song and it boosts your dopamine levels up, you'll constantly play it till you get fucking sick of it, and then you'll go on to your next one.
We'll move to the next one.
And it's mad. And then another thing about watching programmes and stuff, where you'll watch a programme, and if you feel safe, it makes you feel safe watching it, you'll watch it over and over. And that's what I do.
Even though you've watched it?
Even though I've watched it. If I feel like it makes me feel safe, I'll watch it again and again and again and again.
Until you get bored with it.
And I have to tell you, I want to go to sleep, because I can't have it off.
Oh.
And that's probably, they say it's down to childhood trauma, because you don't want, like, to be in silence. You need, like, a noise to, like, blacken it out. It's mad. It's fucking crazy. But yeah.
Wow, that's mad. But your dance group?
Do you know what? It was mad. Fuck, see, we go off fucking something.
No, you're not. No,
it's bad, you know. No, it's mad. It's bad. This is what ADHD does. You can be talking about a fucking squirrel, and you talk about the Aldi. Honestly, it's mad how much your ADHD can just spiral. But yeah, I remember messaging Laura, and I was like, look, I've seen your videos, and I really want to come down. And she sent me a voice note back, and she was like, Beth, I've got ADHD, you know. And I went, oh my God. And I thought, she's a fucking worldie. Like, she's fucking unreal. Like, stunning body, stunning. She's absolutely amazing. And I thought, well, if she's got ADHD and look like that, then I'm all right. You know, might be a bit of hope for me in this world. Like, I might be able to bag a fella.
But do you know when you heard her say that, listen, Beth,
it was a bit of a relief for me.
Because you're going into new surroundings. It's like anything, when you go, you go to play for the new football team or whatever, you don't know the lads, and then you go and you have this perception of like, oh, they're going to be, am I going to fit in? And
it's
all
a stigma, isn't it?
It is a stigma.
Because it's so many girls these days now, it's like you have to dress a certain way and act a certain way. No, you don't, you know.
Or clothes and stuff like that.
No. I mean, years ago when I was in school, if you had a fucking black douchey shaggy, you got fucking terrorised. Like, my mum didn't pay a gas and lecky bill just to fucking buy me a douchey shaggy, and if you didn't wear one, you were fucking, you get bullied for your whole life, you wouldn't live it down. And I think it's still like that now, do you know?
There is a lot of stigma about and stuff, but, you know, going to the dance group and what was her name, sorry?
Laura. She's completely, like, honest to God, she has changed my life, like, completely. And I remember going, and my first time going, I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And I was shitting my pants, like, shitting myself. And I'm not a bad little mover, I can dance, do you know what I mean? I thought, I want to just fucking give it my beans. If I don't like it, I'm going to get back, have I?
And was there loads of other girls in that day? And
literally, the day that I got there, there was like, I think like 4 or 5 girls in there. And one of them just threw her arms around me. Oh, are you nice to meet you? And the minute I met Laura,
you were welcome.
She was like, oh, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I've never had that. Like, how lovely are you?
So you were welcomed then straight away.
And she was just, and every session, we do like a little, like a session to say, oh, how's your day been? Or she'll do like a...
You're all speaking.
Do like a little, like a bonding session, so she'll make you hug everyone and talk about what you, like,
if you're struggling,
if you're having a bad day, or like what you're insecure about, and she'll be like, how do you feel before you started? Now, how do you feel after it? And I remember I went, and the stuff Laura's been through. I mean, I'd even have it on here because fuck me, she's been through a lot. And I thought, you know, for what she's been through, and then she's got out to do this dancing, and her aim was to empower women that have been through PTSD or been through ADHD or been through domestic violence, anything, and she wants to basically...
She's creating a space.
She basically, a safe space for women to be able to be in their own zone and you know, just be themselves. And
let themselves go and enjoy themselves.
She's done more than that. Like, my nickname's fucking Pocket Rocky, you know, like, or Chucky, I've been with a twat, I know. And honestly, like, you know, and I go in there now and I'm like, I'm just fierce, I love it, like I do. But the second time I went, I remember, I just burst out crying. I can't do this. And I felt like a fucking Cornish pasty, me fucking gym stuff. I was like, I can't do this, I look like a dickhead, I just can't do it. They were in heels and they were all unreal, and I thought, I just can't do this.
What's the dance group called? Or... Slay.
Yeah, and honest to God, if there's anyone out there that wants to fucking learn how to dance or feel confident, get your ass down to Slay. Just message
Where are they based?
They're based in the Art Bar in town.
Yeah.
But honest to God, Laura is probably... She fucking put it up with me because she knows my ADHD is just fucking rife. And she'll go over and goes, Beth, did you get that? And I'll go, yeah. I go, and what was that? My left and right is shocking. I need like a fucking L and a P on my... I'm awful with it. But she's so... Like, she's got the patience of a saint with me. And she's brought me out my shell. She's like, stop putting yourself down. And a few months ago, there was this... It was called a waterfall shoot. And you get to dance in water. And she was like, it's in Manchester. I thought, oh my God, I can't go to Manchester on my own. I've got a fucking clout to even get to the Whittle. Like, you're having a laugh. I don't go nowhere on my own. Like, I was proper shitting myself. I had a breakdown in Lamb Street Station. Like, I can't fucking do this. I can't go. And I thought, no, you're fucking going. You paid for it. You're going. So we get on this train. Anyway, got the wrong Uber. Ended up in fucking somewhere I shouldn't have. Anyway, I met up with Laura. And I literally was in a studio in next to nothing, fucking dancing, and forgot half the fucking choreography, forgot half it, my brain went blank, and I just done my own thing, and we were just laughing about it at the end, you know. I thought, fuck it, I'm freezing, the water's cold, this is what you're going to get out of me, because I'm trying to concentrate, and it was hard, you know what I mean?
But for you to do that, out of your comfort zone. Yeah,
completely, and even now I look at it and I go, oh God, my facial expressions are fucking shocking, but it was my first one, do you know what I mean? I thought...
But did you ever think when you... sent that message on Instagram or whatever, that you were going to do a shoot in Manchester to go and dance?
I thought, no, I look...
You've got to be proud of yourself.
I am, but I still don't feel quite there yet. And even Laura goes, Beth, like, do you know, if I show you your first video to where you are now, like, you are just a completely different person. And it's mad because I've opened up to the girls so much about, like, my ADHD, and there's girls in the group that are waiting to be assessed. So I was like, listen, if you want to reach out, like, I'm here. Do you know what I mean?
That safe space that Lara's bro, you must look forward to that when you go and
I love it.
Yeah, so, but what you're saying there, there's no, you go in, one of the girls throws their arms around you. You're like a little family.
There's no judging, there's no bitching, and honest to God, they're all different shapes. And there was one girl, a few weeks ago, I absolutely adore her, absolutely worship her, and she's like, I think she's like a scientist, she's dead clever, dead well spoken, figure to die for, I love her. And she was like, you know, there was one point in my life where I couldn't even leave the house because I thought I was that ugly, my body made me sick, and I thought that was, and it's still me now, I'll be honest, and I thought, and hearing that from me, I was like, oh my God, how?
But this is what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean?
This is what I'm saying, Beth. There's so many women out there, and even men, but like with women, I think it's all about like,
I am insecure, I'll be honest.
Insecurity about certain things, looks. And then you're saying she's got a lovely figure and all that, and she was questioning herself and all that.
And it's like...
And it's that, you know, it could be anything, like someone calling her a name, or like you're saying, and at the time, if that's been the case, you're thinking, fucking, like you say, questioning yourself and all that. You've overcome that. You've overcome that now, and look what you're doing now.
I mean, now I know that Jay was only calling me because he was insecure with himself.
And I think a lot of times when people...
He looks like fucking Stavros Flatley. He's a big fat bastard, I can't bear him.
But you know what, though? It's, like you say, you've overcome this, right? And look what you're smashing it, you know, considering what you've been through, you know what I mean? You've got to, like I said, you've got to be proud of yourself, and you're helping others, considering. And I think when people go through certain things in their life, they're trying to help other people, because we put this thing, because we don't really want to, but opening up and helping other people makes us feel it makes us, you get a sense of, you know, even though you could be struggling yourself, do you know what I mean? But then by helping others, by, you know, asking if they're all right, or giving them a hug, or, you know, you're okay, you know, you can reach out to me, you know, and they'll take that away, and they might not let on then, and then you get home an hour later or the next day, and they'll go, listen, nice one for that, you know, I'm fucking struggling here, or...
It's mad.
And your little family that you've got in that...
honestly, the only family I have got, I'll be honest, like, I've got no mates outside of dance, don't speak to anyone, it's just literally me and the dog, 24/7.
Yeah.
But, like, the other week, I said to Laura, I was like, look, I don't think you realise just how much you've, like, changed my life for the better. And I love it. Like, you know, it was like, you know, and she sent me a voice note, and she was all upset, and she was like, that's why I started Slay, because I want girls to not feel unconfident. I want them to open up and be fierce in their own body, and
love themselves,
and not look at themselves and go, oh, like, and I do still put myself down, I do, and I've always been one of them people, I make everyone laugh at the class clown, and I'll just put myself down and go, oh, I'm fucking thick as anything. I'm not, I'm actually quite fucking clever. My GCSE is self-fudged, like, but I'm actually quite clever, I am. But to people, I go, yeah, I'm thick as fuck, and I'll just say because I think that's what people want to hear from me, but I'm actually not, and I've put myself down for so many years, and it's just stuck. And it's hard to get out of that rut.
But now you're out of that where you was. Now look what you're doing, and you've got, by the sounds, you've got some lovely people there to, you know, that you call your family, your dance, you know, your dance group and all that, and, you know, you've got a job that you enjoy doing and stuff like that, and look, like I said then before, you be proud of yourself. Look where you're at, and you're coming on here and speaking, and you're gonna inspire people and raise awareness to what. No, don't sit in silence, you know what I mean?
It's the worst thing to sit there and struggle. It's okay to not be okay.
Of course.
And it took me a long time to realise that, you know what I mean? Because trying to open up to my ex-partner, fucking hell, he just took the absolute piss. Yeah. And, you know, he played it as a weakness.
And unfortunately,
you know what I mean?
This is, you know, it's sad that it was like that.
Yeah.
But you know, if you were to give any advice to anyone newly diagnosed or currently struggling in silence, what would you...
God, I mean... For me, it took me a few months to come to terms with it, but speaking up is probably one of the biggest things you can do. Or at least just try and... If you've got a good support network, you know, sit your family down, or do something to get it out there, raise awareness if you can.
Even if you're worried to tell...
write your thoughts down, and when you're ready to look at them, you know. But even just reaching out to someone, like, I had no one to reach out to, and I bottled that. And I'm trying. I told my mum, I was like, Mum, I've got ADHD. And she was like, oh, get on the pip, girl. And I went, Mum, are you not I've just told you, I've got ADHD. Like, I'm really struggling here. And she just didn't seem to take it in.
She didn't get it.
She's never once asked me, ever, how my medication's going. Never asked me, how are you feeling? Are you okay? Right. Not once. My own dad's never even asked me. Not once. Never. And I'm like, and I told my dad, like, you know, and he was, oh, yeah, your mum told me, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you want to come and see me? Do you want to come and talk to me about it? Do you want to go for a meal and say, look, I'm here for you if you need me? I've had fuck all off me. I've had nothing off the both of them. Nothing. Nothing at all.
It's sad when you
and I hate it because there's people out there that haven't got their mum and dad, and it does piss me off that I've still got mine. I'm not going to lie. I wish I didn't, because I feel like an orphan anyway, because I'll be honest, I lost my mum in 2016. My mum gave birth to me, like, but she's never been a mum to me. My nan was my mum.
Yeah.
She raised me till I was 24, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I still call my mum Vicky. She fucking hates it, but she's not my mum, because she's never been a mum to me.
That's just you being honest, Beth.
And she hasn't. And my dad, well, he's the same, like, shouldn't say, but I wish my nan fucking swallowed him, because I can't fucking stand him. I'll be honest, I hate him. I do.
Where do you see hope for the future, both personally and in how society supports people with ADHD, autism and PTSD?
I mean, I hope to carry on doing my dancing. I want to try and raise awareness as much as I can. I'd love to have my own podcast in the future and get girls coming on, or men, anyone, kids.
What's stopping you?
I wouldn't have a clue what to do. I just wouldn't have a clue. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't even know where to start. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you got to start somewhere, and listen, that's a goal.
Yeah.
And, like you say, if you write things down, write it down.
Yeah.
Anyone can do anything you want to do.
I'd love to have my own book. I'd love to have a book house.
But do you know what? Write that down. Book. Might not be right now, because you've still got a lot of time.
I've got a lot to
And look, what I'm saying is, like, no, but your story itself is a powerful one. But, with what you're doing with your dance and start your own podcast, because
I'd love it.
But put it into, you can put things in place. It's not like, and listen, there's only you that can make it happen. Nobody else. There's only you. Believe in yourself. You certainly believe in yourself with what you do now, and you're working full. You go and do your dance. You do your walking with the dog and all that. You believe in yourself, because there's only you that can make that. Write it down and listen. I'm sure to God, like, if you want to do something, you'll do it.
I hope for the future I can, but it's just getting to that point.
Yourself.
Yeah, I always question
and there's nothing wrong with that when the time's right.
Mad.
But listen, you'll only know when it's. And listen, like you say, you want to start a podcast and about ADHD within women and whatever and stuff like that. I think it'd be absolutely it'd be brilliant for you to do that, because a lot of women don't speak out.
No, men don't speak out.
And it could even be, even if it was like this type of setup, or even if it was just like through a Zoom and stuff like that. A lot of people do it like that. But I'm sure to God, you'd be sound. I think you'd be, what's the name? Be brilliant.
I'd like to have a go at it, just to see if I can.
Listen, if you don't have a go, you'll never know.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
Yeah, if you don't have a go, you'll have a go, and if it doesn't work, that's how it is. You know what I mean? But what's been the good, the bad, and the ugly for you, Beth?
Oh, well, the good's been coming on here and obviously talking about it. I mean, I think, it's not bad about it, I don't think, to be fair, but I think just getting me story out, it's a bit ugly for me, because it's having to go through the past and have to drag it up again.
Yeah.
But I need to root it.
But how did that make you feel? Because I'm going to be honest with you, when you spoke about what you'd endured, it fucking blew me away, because I didn't know. I'm not going to lie, because it wasn't on my notes.
Yeah.
And I nearly broke down, because anything like that for me is like.
Do you think of your own kids, don't you?
Yeah.
You think, if someone did that to them, and I'd be the same. Like, if that was my child coming to me, I'd believe them.
Of course you
do.
do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Your kids for
so
a minute.
that blew me away. It certainly did. But you felt comfortable, and what we do with our guests and all that. That's why I always show the guests our questions, and if there's anything they want to add or whatever, I'll always add them in. Because I've seen one or two things, and people's opinions, not directly at us, but like few people say some podcasts, what's the name, on people's misery and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, they can do.
Yeah, but for us, I wouldn't like to be what's the name into that, because our podcast is where guests are comfortable coming on. We would never ever put anything out that they didn't want to put out. Like, we showed them everything, and if, we always give them the option if they want to take, you know what I mean? Because this is people's lives, this is people's stories. And that's why we always send them, the podcast to review and stuff like that. Because I would hate anybody to to feel so, they're sharing their private, like, you know,
of course, with millions of people on social
you know,
media.
and stuff like that. So I just want to say thank you for that. But what's been the
you.
bad and the ugly of, obviously, you know, what you've gone through and stuff? So obviously the good.
I mean, the bad, obviously enduring what I've been through,
yeah.
and not having a chance to. I've had no support to deal with any of it, and I've done that on my own. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm still here. So what, you know, there's a reason why I'm still here. But it's like, I want to be able to meet someone, and I do want to settle down, and I do want a family. I do want to get married.
Yeah.
I want KFC gravy fountains at my wedding. Do you know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't? You know, but, you know, whether it'll happen, I don't know. I think, and...
Time, listen...
Do you know what I mean? I'm not looking for no... I'm not fucking asked if I meet someone or I don't meet. I mean, I always say what's for you won't pass you by. If it's for you, you'll have it. If you don't, then it wait for you.
Yeah.
I've always said that. But I'm 31, and it's like, should be a mum by now. And there's people like looking 25, 26, they drive. I don't even fucking drive. They got their own house. You know, they got a mortgage. I'm like, I'm living in a fucking council flat with like a fucking dog. I've got 2 jobs. Fucking, I haven't even got a mortgage. I can't even drive a car.
But you know what,
do you know what
Beth?
I mean?
But that's something that'll come.
Yeah.
And listen, at the end of
the day...
And
I always compare myself to others, and then
and listen, that's not just you. There's a lot of people that do that. But I think, you know, you've got goals, and listen, it's good that you've got them, considering like what's gone on. And that way, you could just be doom and gloom. You're not. You're positive. You're a positive person. The energy I get from you is that you're a positive person.
I've had my tablet. That's why I think I'm just fucking on a high.
But you know what, though?
I know what you mean. I'm trying to stay as positive as I can, but don't get me wrong.
Not everyone can be positive every day.
There are dark days where I'm just like, oh,
listen, and we all have shit days and that. Let's be honest. Not every day, you know. There's some days that you wake up and you feel like shit, or you don't feel as positive and stuff. Anyone who says they're positive every day, they're full of shit.
It's bullshit.
Because you know, so everyone has bad days.
Yeah.
I have bad days. I have shit days.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's not a bad thing to feel low. But I have compared where like I've gone, there's fucking kids dying of cancer out there, and there's you crying because you're depressed. Come on, Beth. But when you're in that mindset, it's like, Beth, come on, love, get a fucking grip. But you can't, when you're at your levels, you can't help but feel that way. You can't. And it's like, you know, I've heard people go, oh, taking your own life into coward's way out. No, let me just stop you there. It takes fucking balls, love, to do that. I've lost people through suicide.
I have, yeah, I saw.
And it's not a fucking coward's way out.
That they thought that was the only way out.
Yeah, but it's not a coward's way out. You know, that took a lot of you know, it took a lot for them to do that. That's not just been a sudden thing, because for me it wasn't. I thought it through and I planned how I wanted to go. And I even wrote the day down and everything. And, you know, it's not a coward's way. All right, it might be to them because you hate a lot of people, but when you're in that mindset, doesn't care if you've got a fucking newborn at home, nothing else matters when you're in that mindset. When you're in that fucking zone, nothing else matters. And it's not us being selfish. You physically just can't get out of that hole. You can't see past it. And it's hard to try and explain to people that being suicidal, it's not a coward's way out. It's
just the way you are.
It's the way you are at that time, and it's not something that it should be notified as a coward's way, because it's not.
Yeah.
Do you know, to want to take your own life or even think about it, that's not a coward's way out. That takes a lot of fucking, you know, it's not.
It's a very what's name situation where, like you say, you've lost friends and stuff, and I have as well, and it's hard because when you think about it, you're like, why didn't you? But then, if
it's in them to do it, they'll do it. You know?
And you'll question, like, why didn't he speak to them? And you go over things in your head. I think about it and think, wow, you know.
I've reached out loads of times. I've thought, and I thought, if they're gonna do it, it's in them to do it. There's nothing you can. If they're in that much pain and that much agony and they're suffering that much, they're gonna do it regardless. Do you know what I mean? And there's nothing you can do. You can try and stop it. But if it's in them to do it, they're going to do it. Yeah, and it is sad. And
it's hard. It's very...
It is.
Because both, like you say, we've lost friends and have family and stuff like that, and it's fucking... It's just...
It is. It's shocking. How much the system can let you down. Do you know, you just fob it off and go, oh, you're depressed, or here's some fucking sertraline. No thanks. I don't want fucking tablets.
I need to... Yeah.
Yeah. And that's all they do. They just put, oh, I'm depressed a bit more. Well, yours is 150 mil. Up your meds, and then you're getting called fucking psychopath, fucking, you're off your nut, you know. No, I'm not. Like, I want to talk.
I need to speak to someone there should be, like you say, like more support in that area, because, like you say, up in meds and stuff like that.
It's bullshit.
And it's.
They just throw meds like there's no
And
tomorrow.
then it's like you're saying, people are going like out of the mind, like you said you was like and stuff, and you know, you're just thinking, you know, and people are thinking you do lally and stuff like that, and you're not. You need to speak to someone.
I was wanting to step forward, and this was like last year, and you were like, oh yeah, you know, when you're suicidal, we're going to give you this worry book. And I went, do you honestly think when I'm at my fucking lowest point, I'm about to fucking end my life, I'm going to sit there and fucking write in a worry book? Like, do you honestly think I'm going to do that? No, it's not good enough.
It's the wrong way.
If you just don't really understand how your
logic... It's crazy that you say that, because, like...
And it does, it gets on me, honest to God, it gets on me, something like that. It does. You can't be in that mindset. I mean, I might be judgmental, yeah.
No, and listen, but, this is you, and this is you out expressing yourself, how it makes... Because, to me, what you just said about a worry book is like, maybe they think that's going to solve... I mean, listen, this is my opinion again, and that's your opinion.
Yeah, of course.
I think that's fucking totally wrong if that's the case.
It is.
Because, like you just hit it on the head there, if someone was to possibly be thinking of doing that, the last thing they're going to do is be in a worry book, and you know what I mean? It's like, there should be other ways of, you know... I think there needs to be more training and more... things for them to be, you know, researching and trying, like, put all it, like, the meds and stuff to, you know, it doesn't do nothing for no one.
The meds make you worse.
Yeah.
The meds they make you worse. You give you dry mouth, you can't talk on them, you stop eating on them, you go fucking doolally on them.
Yeah.
I even know that people with ADHD tend to live less longer than what a normal fucking human does. And when I see that, I thought, I'm planning my own fucking funeral. Do you know what?
So your mind's doing all
this? I'm like, I need to fucking get I can't afford a fucking coffin. I saved up 10 grand a few months ago to pay for my own funeral.
Oh.
And honestly, and it got that I thought, no, I need to, because my mum was got a pot of piss, and I thought, no, I need to save money, because I'm going to die younger now I am. That's how bad, that's how much my brain went into fucking spiral.
Mine's doing madness and stuff like that. But Beth, you know what? This episode's been a very, very powerful one that I knew was going to be very interesting and powerful, but not as powerful what you've you spoke about and that. And I just want to say, you're such a brave young woman to come on here and openly speak, because it's the first time you've ever really
it's openly,
and that takes a lot to do. And I just want to say that takes some doing that, and you've got to be very proud. And I've said it a couple of times in the episode. Be very proud of yourself. You don't know, you're a lovely young woman who, you know, we've got a lot going for her.
Like I say, young, it's the Botox. Love that.
But you know what? It's been a very powerful episode, and I just want to say, you know what? Thanks very much for sharing.
No, you're welcome. Thanks
very much, love.
Thank you.